Good afternoon, everyone. Very good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Okay, it's evening, sorry. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm good too. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing good. Okay, so people are still joining the classes. Let's wait couple of minutes so that all of the attendees join the class. Okay, and then we will start the session. We will wait couple of minutes only, and then we will start the session. Okay. Okay, I guess everybody is here. So without any further delay, let's start the class. And before I start, I want you people to confirm one time if my voice is clearly audible to you all or not. Yeah, okay, it's audible. So give me a minute, then I'll share the screen. Okay, and is the screen visible to you all? Okay. Oh, thank you so much. So now let's start the class, people. So yesterday was our first class of programming foundation, right? And yesterday we discussed about the programming languages, how the programming languages came into the picture. Then we talked about the data and data types, okay, and variables. So if I would like to ask some question before I start explaining. So do you guys remember from yesterday's class what is a variable? Anyone who can define it for me? What is a variable? I need the definition, okay? as not X or Y. I need the definition, like variable is to store the value. Okay. Yeah, it is a name of storage location. Exactly. Okay. So variable is used to store a value, and it's a name that is given to a storage location in the memory. Okay. And it should be unique as well. Okay. And now if I ask you next question, what are data types? Then how would you define the data type? Yeah, those are the types of the data types. Okay, I want you to define the data types. So data types can be defined as the type of the data that we store in a variable. Okay, the definition of the data type would be that it's the type of the data that we store in the type of the variable, and it could be, and we have 5 different types of data types, basic types. Okay, int, string, float, boolean, and char. Now today here in this class, we are going to start a new topic, that is operators. Okay, we'll start a new topic, that is operators. So if we go back again, like if I write an algebraic expression over here, like x plus y, okay, then you can see that here I have two variables. Maybe the value of x is 10 and y is 5. So we can assign this value to this variable, right? Then we can write here 10 plus 5 and you will get the answer, that is 15. Yes or not? So when we are supposed to perform some kind of calculations while writing the program, okay, then we need symbols for that. Okay. So here this is an expression. This x plus y is an expression. And here we have this symbol, this plus symbol, okay, this specific symbol. Because of this symbol, we knew that we are supposed to perform the addition, that we are supposed to add two numbers. Okay, because of this symbol, we know that. So now this symbol is actually an operator. Okay, it's what? It's an operator. So it's an operator. And if you see this x and y, these are the variables, this x and y. Okay, when we are performing operations on two values, okay, when we are performing operation on two values, then they are called operands. Okay, so operands are the values, operator is the symbol, and after performing the process, when you get the final information, okay, when we get the final result, then here what is happening, this is the operation that we get. Okay, this 10 plus 5 is the 15 is the result. Okay, 15 is the result. Here the operation is happening, that is addition is happening, right? So here this addition is the operation. Addition is what? Addition is operation. So if we are supposed to define the operators, then operators are nothing but these are symbols. Okay, what are operators? Operators are symbols. Operators are symbols which are used to perform, calculation or operation on two operands. Okay, and this 15 is the answer. This is the answer or the result. The entire process of the calculation is called operation. That's why I told you here. Okay, the entire process of the calculation is called operation. The process that is happening over here is the addition, right? Addition is the process, so we call this as operation. And I got this 15 because it is just an example that the value of x is 10 and y is 15. So 10 plus 5, we'd get the answer 15 if we are performing the addition. Okay, so this whole process is actually operation. Here the symbol is the operator. Okay, and this x and y are the operands. So if we are supposed to define the operator, then we can say that operators are symbols that are used to perform some kind of operations. Okay. Is operator clear to all of you? Now, in the same way, here I have given plus symbol only, right? But there are different types of operators. There are different types of operators, and we will discuss about these different types of operators one by one. Okay, because there isn't only one symbol, like there isn't only plus symbol, there are so many symbols, and according to that symbol we perform some kind of operations. So we will see the types of operators now. So I will start explaining the types of operators. Okay, the first type of the operator, yeah, 10 and 5 are also operands, not only x and y, the values. Okay, the values are the operands. So here, types of operators. In the first type, we have arithmetic operator. You guys must have heard this word before. Arithmetic operator are those operators that performs mathematical calculations. Okay, so here arithmetic operators are like, we have this plus symbol, then minus symbol, okay, then multiplication, then we have division. Okay, and here this is symbol. You guys must be getting in the mind that this is the percent symbol, right? Because normally this is a percent symbol, but in programming language, when we talk from the point of operators, we don't call it as percent symbol. This is called as modulo. Okay, the name of the symbol is what? If we talk from the perspective of operators, then this symbol is called as modulo. Okay, so we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic arithmetic operators. We all know the function of plus, right? What plus is going to do? We know what minus is going to do. We also know what this multiplication is going to do, right? Now here we have this division. I hope you guys, we all know that what division is also going to do, right? So if I am performing addition, so 7 plus 2, it would be 9, right? In the same way, 7 minus 2, then it is going to be 5. So here this plus is the operator. This minus is the operator. In the same way, if I perform multiplication, then 7 multiply 2, we're getting 14. Okay. Now, if I talk about division, so what would be the answer if I perform 7 divided by 2? 3.5, right? This is star symbol. After minus, this is star symbol. In computer language, in programming language, we don't write multiplication like this. No, we write multiplication by using star symbol or the asterisk symbol. Okay, so it is for that. And if we perform division, that is 7 divided by 2, then we'll get the answer that is 2.5. No, 3.5, sorry. We get what? We get 3.5. Okay, so we all know how this answer is coming up. We all know the division process, yes or not? If I'll break down this, then it is happening something like this. We have 2, we have 7, okay? Then here we are doing 2, 3, it's 6, then we are getting this remainder. Remainder is 1. Okay, remainder is 1. Is remainder 1 or not? Then after that, if we are going to perfectly divide it, then we will put a decimal, and then here I will get 0, and then 5, and then 10. That's why, and now we are getting this 3.5, right? So division does this. Yes, if the question we are supposed to perform the division, then we always got the answer as this is the quotient. Yes or not? This is quotient, right? So whenever we perform division on two numbers, we got quotient. Now, if we are going to perform the modulo, this 7 modulo 2, then it is also division, but instead of quotient, this modulo, okay, this does not give us the quotient as the answer. This gives us the remainder as the answer. Okay, that means if I'm going to perform this operation, that means if I'm going to write here 2, 7, then 2, 3, it's 6, right? Then I'll get the 1 as the, so this is the remainder, yes or not? In our normal mathematics, when we perform the calculation, so this is the remainder, right? So when you perform modulo 7 modulo 2, then the answer is going to be 1. And this 3.5, we are getting this 3.5 because divide gives us the quotient as the answer. Okay. And modulo gives us the remainder as the answer. Are you guys are able to understand this? So whenever there's a scenario, you are supposed to find out the remainder, then you will use this modulo symbol. And if you are supposed to perform the division, that means quotient, then you will use this division symbol. Okay. So these are the arithmetic operators. And if you have any question, any doubt, please ask me. Where is this concept used? This concept will be used once you start writing the program and you will understand its concept. Later on, I'll go to the algorithm part also, right? And there we will solve bunch of questions. In that way also, you will understand the concept. Operators are like the backbones while writing the programs. You're going to use operators everywhere. Yeah, if the remainder is 0, then modulo will give answer as 0. What are the rules? Can you please elaborate which rules are you talking about? What is that line next to 7? Here are so many 7s. I don't know which line you are talking about. So which 7 are you talking about? Please tell me, you are talking about the 7 divided by 2 or 7 modulo 2, or you are talking about this 2 here, this one, this quotient, a remainder. Yeah, division is everything that people know. 7 modulo 2 will give you the remainder. Division will give you the quotient. That's it. Are talking about this one. Here we are performing division, normal division that we have done up to now in our school life, in our university life while reading the mathematics. This is that division. 2 divided by 7, 2, 3 is 6. Okay, multiplication. And when you subtract 7 with 6, you get 1. And since division, when we perform division, our motive is to get the remainder to perfectly divide it. Okay. And then here 2, 5 is 10, and then like this. So basically what we are doing is we are dividing the 7 by 2. We are performing the normal division that we have done up to now in mathematics. So it's a division process. Okay, yes, the way can be different, but the motive and the answer is going to be same, that we are performing the division. Okay, so normal division. I'll give you one more example, people. Like consider this one. Okay, if I'm going to divide 6 by 2. Okay. Yeah, 6 divided by 2. Then what would be the answer for this one? If I'm dividing 6 this by 2, then what would be the answer? 3, right? So it's simple, it's 3. So that means what we are doing here, 2 is 6 over here, then 2, 3 are 6, right? And then here we are getting this quotient, yes or not? We are getting this one as the division. But if I will write here 6 modulo 2, then what answer will I get? I'll get 0, because 0 is the remainder. Okay, so it's, say, I hope now this is understandable to you all. Like when you divide any number, okay, 6 divided by 2, you get the quotient as the answer. And when you perform modulo, then you get a remainder as the answer. Okay. Is this clear to all of you? Why am I putting this answer on the top of the number? Because this is the way to divide. Okay, if you want to put it on the beside, you can do that also. That is 2 and then 6. 2 multiply 3 would give you 6, and here you would get the answer that is 0. Okay. Can you tell me what confusion you have with percent modulo symbol? I'm confused with percent modulo symbol. What is the confusion? Please tell me. Okay, here, if you want me to explain it again, this is 6 divided by 2. Okay, yes, that modulo is percent symbol. As I told you, this is a percent symbol. It is percent symbol, but in computer language, okay, from the operator's point of view, we call it as modulo, not percent. This is a percent symbol, but here in operators, we call it a modulo, and we use it for the division to find out the remainder. That is how the programming languages or the things work. Okay. How is 6% to 0? The 6% 2 is 0 because while dividing 6 by 2, please ask yourself the question, try to ask yourself the question, if you will divide the 6 by 2, what is the remainder that you will get? I'm talking about the remainder. There are basic things involved, like we have quotient. We don't get remainder 3. Okay, while dividing 6 by 2, we get the remainder 0. We don't get remainder 3. 3 is quotient. 3 is not remainder. Okay, 3 is quotient. It's called quotient over here. And this is 0 is the remainder. So that's why we are getting 6% 2 as 0. Yeah, this is used in programming language only, that we use percent. Okay. And the thing is that, okay, right now what you need to, you people are getting so much confused. So let me tell you one more thing. We don't have to take stress what is the answer, what answer is going to be. Okay, because you are not going to perform the mathematical calculation while writing the program. No, the calculation is going to be done by the computer itself. Okay, you are not going to try like divide yourself or find the answer. No, the answer is going to be divided or calculated by the computer itself. You just need to understand the concept that this one gives you the answer that is in quotient, okay, and this one gives you the answer that is in remainder. We are supposed to know that. You won't be asked in future that divide it and give me the answer, or divide 50 modulo 3.5 and give the answer. No, you won't get such scenario. You are this, the calculations is going to be performed by the computer itself. Okay, we are here only to know the concept, like understand the meaning of this division symbol and this modulo symbol. Like if I will use division symbol, then I will get the answer in quotient, and if I will use this percent or modulo symbol, then I will get the answer that is in the remainder. Okay, is this clear to all of you? Okay, so now we'll move ahead and now we'll talk about the second type of operator. Okay, so the second type of operator that we have is assignment operator. Okay, so assignment operator is basically means to assign a value. Okay, assignment operator is to assign a value. Previously, if you remember yesterday when I was talking about variables, we were writing x is equal to 10, right? Or maybe y is equal to 100, like this. And then here 10 is the value, yes, that we were assigning to the x. Yes or not? So here the symbol that we were using, this symbol, this is equal to symbol, this is the assignment operator. Okay, so assignment, with the help of assignment operator, what we can do, we can assign values to variables. We can assign values. Okay, the use of the assignment operator is to assign the value. This is the assignment operator. That means a single is equal to symbol, a single is equal to sign is the assignment operator. Okay, now for example, if I write here z is equal to x plus y. Okay, if I write this, then we all know what will happen first, right? This calculation will happen first, yes or not? X plus y. And which operator is involved over here? Which operator is involved over here? For example, if the value of x is 2 and the value of y is 3. Okay, so here which uh, arithmetic operator is involved, right? So your calculation will happen. After the calculation is happened, the final answer, whatever the answer that we will get, it will be assigned to which operand? It will be assigned to z. So here this is equal to is the assignment operator. That means after calculations or just for assigning the values, we use this assignment operator. Okay. Okay, is this clear? Now there is another some other types of assignment operator also. This is very simple. Okay, basically we have something like, for example, here if I, this is equal to symbol is the assignment operator. This is equal to symbol is the assignment operator. Okay, this one is the assignment operator. Okay, the we all know operators are symbols, right? So whenever you will see the symbol, this plus is the arithmetic operator, and here this is equal to is the assignment operator. So whenever you see the symbol, you can take it that the okay, this symbol is called the operator, and we need to distinguish it on the basis of its type. Okay, so here I have another type also. Another type is that we can write in any other way also. The thing is that, for example, if I'm writing here x is equal to x plus 5. Okay, I hope this expression is clear to all of you. X is equal to x plus 5. Yes or not? And how many variables are over here? There is only one variable. Okay. Yeah, this operator is used to store the value in variable. Yes, it is. I've written the spelling wrong over here. Assign values. Okay, so here please have a look on this expression, people. X is equal to x plus 5. So this is a simple expression, right? So there is one more way that you can write it, and you might get confused that why, but in programming language it is possible. The way that I'm going to show you, in programming language it is possible that if you are using a single variable, like self addition is happening over here. Okay, x is equal to x plus 5 and the value will be assigned to the x itself. There is one single variable. So if you want to write it in another way, that is, we can also write it in like x plus is equal to 5. Okay, this way. Both things are same, exactly same. This meaning is equal to this meaning. Okay, the both of the expression have the same meanings. The only difference is that in normal mathematics algebraic expression, we cannot write any expression like this. But in computer language, in programming language, it is possible that if x is equal to x plus 5, or maybe if y is equal to y plus 10, something like this is given, then you can write it in the way like y plus is equal to 10. That means write the symbol first, plus, and then is equal to. In the same way, if there is z is equal to z multiply 100, okay, then you can write it as z multiply is equal to 100, like this. Okay, so in this way we can represent a expression when there is self addition, self subtraction, or self multiplication is happening. That means the value is being added. This 10 is being added to the y and it is been assigned to the y itself. This is asterisk symbol. Okay, this one is asterisk symbol like this and this. This is the star symbol. In computer language we write multiply as asterisk symbol. Okay, so whenever you will see me drawing this, then that is multiply. Okay, is this clear to all of you? Like if there is self addition is happening, what about previous examples? Which examples are you talking about? If there is a expression like x is equal to x plus 10 multiply 30, then you want be then you can do that. Like for example, if here is x is equal to x plus 10 multiply 30, then what you can do is, okay, here 10 multiply 30, there are two numbers. There are two numbers itself. So basically we use this expression with the two operands, like if the self addition is happening. Okay. What about the previous example? I think you are getting confused with the symbols. Okay, this is clearly plus symbol and this is clearly multiple symbol, and I am talking about this example right now. X is equal to x plus 5, this can be written as x plus is equal to 5. Here it is written clearly, this is plus, this is clearly multiplication. Okay, so if there is like x is equal to x plus then 10 multiple 30, then we know that if there are 10 multiply 30, then it will happen something like this. X is equal to x and then plus. You will multiply this thing first. Okay, that will be 300. Like this, x is equal to x plus 300. Then after that, you can write it as x plus is equal to 300 like this. Okay, the person who asked the question about this one, then you can write it in this one. If there are more than two numbers involved, then you are supposed to calculate that first. Then after that, you can represent it in this way. Okay. No, here is not any board mass rule. Okay, right now there is not any board mass rule over here. It's a simple calculation. It's a simple expression that if one of the people asked me, if such type of expression is given, how can we represent it in this way, that is in assignment operator, then simply if we are supposed to do, we will multiply it, then we will represent in this way. Okay, so let me tell you, there would be a program. Okay, in future you will be writing a program where you would be asked to increase the value of any variable by 1 or by 2 by 3. Okay, there might be a scenario and you will understand it once I will get to solving those questions that I will do in couple of times. Okay, so in that case, what we will do, if I am supposed to increase the value of x by 1, then I can simply write x plus is equal to 1. So it will increase the value of x by 1, right? If I'm supposed to increase the value of x by 2, then I will write x plus is equal to 2. Then the value of x will increase by 2. So in such scenarios, we'll be using this expression. And you will see the uses of this expression once we get to that exercise part or once we start solving the questions. Okay, right now here we are understanding the symbols. We are understanding the uses of these operators. What does the operators looks like? What is the name of these operators? Okay, and how can we implement this? If this is clear, then shall we move ahead to the next operator now? Yeah, there is only one assignment operator, that is equal to. Okay, so now we'll talk about the third type of the operator. Okay, talk about the third type of the operator, that is comparison operator. So as the name suggests itself, arithmetic was for mathematical calculations, right? Then after that we had assignment operator to assign the values. In the same way, here comparison operator are to compare values. Okay, comparison operators are to compare the values. So here when you use comparison operator, then the result or the answer is always going to be, we need to remember that the answer is always going to be either true or false. And I'll tell you how is that. Okay, the answer is going to be either true or false only. While comparing values, we get answer as true or false. Okay, so the very first thing that we have to keep in mind is that these operators always return result in true or false. They are always going to give Boolean results. Okay, if you remember the Boolean data type, then that kind of result it is going to give over here. Now, how is that? Consider that we have two variables. Okay, I have x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 5. Now we have comparison operator to compare. So if there's a condition, if x is greater than y, if I'm using this here, this symbol, this greater than symbol is the comparison operator. Okay, this greater than symbol, right, is comparison operator. Then do you think there would be any more answer other than true and false for this expression? If I'm writing here, if x is greater than y, then I will have only two answers. Either it is going to be true or it is going to be false. Okay, so whenever you use comparison operator, you are going to get outputs, you are going to get results in true or false. So here we have different comparison operators. This is greater than, okay, then I have less than, then I have greater or equal to, I have less or equal to, and then I have equal to, and then I have not equal to. Okay, if you want me to write it, then I'll write it for you. This one is greater than, okay, this one is smaller than. The name of these are the name of the operators. This is greater or equal to, okay, this is less or equal to, this is equal to itself, okay, and this is not equal to. Two values can be equal or not equal to each other. So now if I'm going to use this operator, so I have this thing, okay, x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 5 over here. And if I have written here, if x is greater than y, then what would be the answer? That is true, right? In the same way, if I'll write if x is less than y, then what would be the answer for this one? If I check if x is less than y, then I'm going to get false, right? Because the value of x is 10 and it is not less. In the same way, if I will use x is greater or equal to y, then what would be the answer for this? X is greater or equal to y. Okay, so here we have two things. Here we need to understand that here we have two things, okay, not only one. Either x can be greater than y or x can be equal to y. In both of the cases, we'll get the answer as true. Okay, if x is greater than y, then in that case also you'll get the answer true. And if x is equal to y, then in that case also you will get the answer as true. For here, example, okay, here I have x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 5. So is x greater than y or not? In this case right now, is x greater than y or not? It is, right? So you will get the answer true. That means one of the conditions should be true. Either it should be greater or it should be less. Now, if I'll change this value of x and if I'll make it 5, if I'll make it 5, then in this case also, what do you think we are going to get the answer? If the value of x is also 5, y is also 5, we'll again get the answer true. Because here we have this is equal to, okay, this equal to. Here it is going to check two things. Either the x should be greater or x should be equal. If any one of the condition is true, then we'll get the answer as the true. Okay, now here consider that if I write the value of x as 3, if I write 3, now what do you think in this case, will I get true or false? Is x greater than y? No. Is x equal to y? No, it's not. So in this case, I will get the answer that is false. Okay, so greater or equal to is going to check both of the conditions. Is this clear? Then here I will get true like this. Okay, now in the same way, we have less or equal to. So if I write here x is less or equal to y. So is x less than y? No. Is x equal to y right now? No. Then that means we are going to get the answer as false. Okay. Now here I have the fourth. That means it's x is equal to y. Now if you guys, previously we talked about the assignment operator where we were using this equal to sign one time, right? So that is for assigning the value. But to compare the two values, if the value of the two variables are same or not, we have this double equals to. Okay, so equal to, this is the comparison operator to compare the value of two variables. So in this case, is this true or false? So it's false because the value is not same. Okay, and is x not equal to y? Is x not equal to y? Then true. So in this way, we will use comparison operator. We'll compare two values and we will get the answer either in true or false. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, so if you have any confusion, any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so one question over here is why x is equal to y is false. And this one, right? You are asking me why this is false. And this is false because if you look here, the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 5. So both of them are not equal. That's why this is false. You want more example of equal to and not equal to? So here I'll give you more example. So here I have a is equal to 10. Okay. B is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 and y is equal to 15 and z is equal to 20. Okay, here are this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables. Now let me show you. If I will write a is equal to, why are we using double equal to? Because that is comparison operator. And in order to compare two values, we are supposed to use this double equal to. We are talking about comparison operator, and in comparison operator we use 2 times equal to compare the value of the two variables. Okay, so look here, if I write a equal to b, what would be the answer for this? Is the value of a equal to the value of b? No, it's not, right? So we'll get the answer false. Now in the same way, if I will write here is a equal to y, is a equal to y? It's not, right? So we'll get the answer false. Now in the same way, if I will write here b equal to x, is b equal to x? The value of b is 5 and the value of x is also 5. So yes, so we'll get the answer true. All right, now here if I will write here is a not equal to z, it is asking is a not equal to z, that means are both of the values different? Then yes, it is. The value of a is 10 and z is 20. So we'll get the answer what? We'll get the answer true. Because this thing is true. Both of them are not equal. Okay. A is not, this means a is not equal to z. Not equal to z. So yes, this thing is true. That's why you'll get true. Okay. In the same way, if I will write is b not equal to x, then what do you think the answer for it would be? Is b not equal to x? The value of b is 5 and the value of x is also 5. They are equal. So it's not like it's not equal. So the answer here would be false. Is this clear to all of you now? Okay. Okay, since this is understandable to you all, shall we move ahead to the next type of operator then? Okay, so let's move ahead now. And we are going to talk about the fourth type of the operator. And the fourth type is going to be logical operator. Okay, we are going to use the logical operator. And basically, we have three types of logical operators. We have three types of logical operator, that is AND, then we have OR, and then we have NOT. These are the three logical operators. Okay, so we'll discuss about this one by one. Here, the first one that we have is AND. Okay, so basically the AND says that both of the conditions should be true in order to get the answer as true. And let me tell you one more thing, logical operators are also going to give the result that would be either true or false. Okay, that would be either true or false. So now AND operator will give me the result if two conditions are true. The symbol of the AND looks something like this. I'm bad at drawing, but here it looks something like this. Okay, and we are supposed to use this symbol two times. You can find this symbol on your 7. Okay, in your numeric key where there are symbols, it is on 7 key, the number 7. Okay, that it's over there. So AND operator means that both conditions should be true. And how is that? I will tell you. Both conditions should be true. Okay, so basically, if we have a condition X, okay, and if we have condition Y, and if we are performing AND operator like this, so if first condition is true and second condition is false, we'll get the answer as false. If first condition is false and second condition is true, here also we'll get the answer as false. Okay, if here the first condition is true and second condition is true, then only you'll get the answer that is true. And if both conditions are false, then obviously you are going to get the answer that is false. Now, let me give you an example, then you'll understand it. Okay, so here I have x is equal to 10 and I have y is equal to 20. Okay, then here a is equal to 5 and here b is equal to 10. Is something like this. Okay, and now if I have written the expression, if here x is greater than y, okay, and I'm using the AND operator, that is AND operator, and the second condition is a is less than b, then in this case what answer we will get? So you need to check the first condition. Is x greater than y? Is x greater than y? No, it's not, right? Here the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20. So is x greater than y? No, it's not. So this is false, right? Is a less than b? Is a less than b? Yes, it is. This is true. But what does the AND operator says? If one of the condition is false here, if one of the condition is false and the second one is true, then what is the final result that we will get? The final result here that we will get is false. Okay, the final result that we will get is false. So in this case, we will get false as the output. Now here, if I make both of the condition true, that if x is less than y, okay, and then here AND operator, A is also less than B, like this. So in this case, what we will get, the first condition is true, second condition is true. So the final result would be true like this. So when you are using this AND operator, then both of the conditions should be true in order to get the result as true. Is this clear to all of you? Yes. Please ask me what is the confusion, then only I will move ahead to the OR operator, okay? Those people who are saying no, please ask the doubts or the queries that you have. Yeah, please ask the question. If you want to ask a question, please ask it. So there are three logical operators. Right now, I have explained only one. Okay, I have explained only one, that is AND operator. So what does the AND operator says? AND operator says that you will get the answer true if both of the conditions are true. Okay, you will get the answer true if both of the conditions are true. So here I gave you two examples, that here one condition is false and another condition is true. So you get the final result false. But if both of the conditions are true, you'll get the answer that is true. Okay. Must you be using double AND? Yes. We must be using double AND. You are in programming languages, we are supposed to use double AND. Okay. Yeah, it means if any one of the condition is false, the final result will be false. Yes, you got it right. Okay, so I think here we are supposed to and or and this logical operators, it's supposed to be done with two conditions, not one conditions. Okay. For one condition, we has comparison operator. If there is only one condition, then for that we have like comparison operator. But if there are more than one conditions, then in that case we use logical operator. Double AND is the symbol to represent AND operator, and you are supposed to use double AND. You are not allowed to use a single AND. No, you are supposed to use double AND while representing the AND logical operator. Okay, so now let's talk about OR operator. Okay, what is the difference between log and comparison operator? Is log operator, first of all, logical? Okay, so comparison operator, as you can see that here, this x is greater than y, we have a comparison operator that is greater than over here. Okay, so when there's only one condition, we will be using comparison operator. But if there's a scenario where you are supposed to use more than one condition, then in that case, we use logical operator. As you can see that I have here one condition and two condition. We could have add here more condition as well, like and then here B is less than C. And in this case, all of these three should be true. Okay. But logical operator basically works with the two conditions, as your this is the truth table of the logical operator. Okay, so now we'll talk about OR operator. Now OR operator is exactly opposite of the AND operator. Okay, in in and operator, one of the conditions should be true, right? But in or operator, in an operator, both of the conditions should be true, right? But in and operator, both of the conditions should be true and you'll get the answer. In or operator, if any one of the condition is true, if any one of the condition is true, then you will get output that is true. Okay. And or is represented by a symbol that is straight lines like this, and we call this symbol as pipe. Okay. This symbol is called what? This symbol is called pipe. Okay. The person who is asking me to repeat again, I'll repeat after I'm done with all of the things. Okay. After I'm done explaining with the or and not, then I'll explain that part again. So here this pipe, this is called the pipe symbol. Just like for and we had the and symbol, for or we have pipe symbol. Okay. So if I talk about the truth table, then here I have X, then I have Y, and then X, and then like this one. Okay, X or Y. So you can find this on keyboard above the enter key. Okay, it is above the enter key. If one condition is true and another condition is false, you are going to get the answer as true. If any one of the condition is true, you are going to get the answer as true. Okay. If this condition is false and this condition is true, in this case also you'll get the answer as true. Both of the condition as true, then you'll get the answer as true. And obviously, if both of the condition are false, then you get the answer as false. Okay. So here, if I give you example, x is equal to 10, then here y is equal to 5, then I have a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 20. Okay. And if I'm going to perform the or operator, if I'll write here if x is greater than y, okay, and this symbol or here, what can I write? Here, A is greater than B. Okay, if I'm performing this one, then the first condition is true, right? The first condition is true. And the second condition is true or false. The second condition is false. So what would be the final result for this? What would be the final result for this? This would be true. Because or says that if any one of the condition is true, you'll get the answer as true. Okay. Now in the same way, if I write here, if okay, a equal to y, and then or x is greater than b. Okay, if I use this also, then in this case, this condition is true, right? And this condition is false. But and what will be the final output for this? I will get true as the output. Okay. Now in the same way, if I will use here, let me erase this. So here if I'll write if, okay, if x is less than y, okay, and or a is greater than b. Now in this condition, what will happen? This one is false and this one is also false. So what would be the final result for this? Now in this case, we'll get the false as the final result. Okay. So in and, okay, here, if I go back over here, in and, if any one of the condition is false, then you will get the answer as the false. Okay. Both of the conditions should be true in order to get the true as the answer. But in the case of or, what is happening? If any one of the condition is also true, then we'll get the answer as the true. Okay. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, so now we'll talk about the not operator. And let me tell you, not operator is quite different from and or operator. Okay. Not operator just reverse the value. Not operator does what? Not operator is to reverse the value. That means if the value is in true, it will give the answer as false to reverse the value. So here I'm getting from your example is the first condition that is supposed to be true before the outcome be true. If anyone, it's not first condition, second condition can also be true. From the given two condition, if either one of the condition is true, then you will get the outcome as true. Okay. So here people, not operator is going to work for one data type only, that is Boolean. Okay. And it has only one function to reverse the value. So if you are using like Boolean, okay, and you have saved x is equal to true, like this, you have saved this value. And now if you will perform, that is not operator on it. And for I have only in and or we had two operands, right? X and Y. But here there is only one. So if X, then this is the symbol to represent not operator. That is, we use exclamation mark like this and then X. Okay. So this is the not of X. So if the value of X is true, you'll get the answer as false. If the value of X is false, then you'll get the answer as true. So if there is a scenario where such type of value is stored, okay, if Boolean X is equal to true is stored, and we are supposed to print the value of X. That means if I will write here print and then not X like this, okay, if I'll use this, then the result or the output that I will get will be what? It will be false. If I will store Boolean X is equal to false, and if I will print not X, then I will get the answer as the true. That is the not operator. Okay, it is just going to reverse the value only. Is this clear to all of you? So this is the table. Okay, this is the table. Previously, this is the table. And previously, we had two operands for and or operator. Like, right? We had X and Y. But here in not operator, we have only one operand. This is X. And this is the not operator of X. This is the result. Okay, this is the result. This is one operator. If you have saved, the thing is that you can save the value while using not operator. You can perform this operation only on such type of value which was stored by using Boolean data type. Okay, we represent not operator like this, exclamation and then X. If there is Y, then exclamation and Y. There is Z, then exclamation and Z. Okay, in this way we are supposed to represent the not operator. It works for true and false value only, not more that, not for comparison, not for anything. It works for that only. So here you can see that, and we know if you are supposed to store the value like true or false, then we have Boolean data type, right? I'm not going to use your int, or I'm not going to use your string or char or anything. I am storing the value of this X as true. And this is print. Like I want to print the value of X. If I will simply write like this, listen to me. If I write print X only, then I will get the answer. Whatever the value is given to this X, I will get that as the answer. That is true. Okay. But if I will use not operator, that if I will write print exclamation mark X, okay, this is not operator of X, then whatever the value is given to this X, you will get the reverse of that value. And the reverse of true is going to be false only. So in the same way, for example, if I will store here Boolean A is equal to false. Okay, A is equal to false like this. And if I will print the, like if I will use the not operator. That means if I will print not operator A, then the output for this that I will get is going to be what? It is going to be true. So this is the only use of not operator, and it works on the Boolean data type only. Okay. So if you have stored, if there a case in your program where you have stored the Boolean data type as true, if you'll apply the not operator, you will get the reverse answer for that. That is, and it works for the true and false only, not other than that. Is this clear now? Any reading material available for this? So you don't need any reading material. Okay. You need to have patience, because we are going to solve so many questions in programming foundation also. Once you will start implementing that, you will understand yourself why are we learning about this operators, the data types and all. Okay. So right now there isn't any reading material. The reading material that is available is that you will go through the recording session and revise everything again. Okay. Not operator is very less used, like very, very less. It's like not that much of applicable, and operators are mostly used in the programs. Okay. Yeah, it works on the true and false condition only. That is Boolean data type. Yes. So shall we move ahead to the next operator now? So now we are going to talk about the final operator. Okay, the last operator, the final one, that is our fifth operator, and this is conditional operator. Okay, so conditional operator. Now, this conditional operator helps us to define a condition, and based on that decision, execution of the program takes place. Okay, so I will show you what kind of condition we are talking about. Okay, that before that, let me show you the syntax. Okay, the way we are supposed to write this conditional operator. And is there anyone who knows the meaning of syntax? So syntax basically means the rules that we need to follow while writing a commands, right? It's a method of writing. It's the syntax or the rules that we need to follow while writing the commands. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's good to see that you all know the meaning of the syntax. So here, how do we write conditional operator is that first of all, we will apply the condition. Okay. This is like if else. If you guys have already read about if else, then it is going to be just like that. Okay. So condition, and if this condition is true, then here we will have statement 1 that will be executed. Okay. Then here would be colon. And if that statement is false, then statement 2 will be executed and we have the semicolon. Okay. So basically, if this condition is true, then this one will be executed. Okay. And if this condition is false, then this one will be executed. And let me tell you how. So here, simple example, if the value of x is 10, okay, and the value of y is 5, then we'll write a condition. Condition is going to be what? Condition is here going to be like if I write x is greater than y, okay. If x is greater than y, then this is called ternary operator, this one, okay. The name of that operator is ternary operator. And then after that, we'll have the first statement that print okay, in curly braces, like we are going to check which one is smaller. Here we are going to check which one is smaller. So if x is greater than y, then we will print x. If that condition is true, then print that x is greater. Okay. And if that condition will be false, then we will print what? We will print y is greater. Okay. In our case, what is the condition? Is the condition true or false right now? Is this condition true or false right now? This condition is true. So statement 1 or statement 2, which one will be executed first? Statement 1 will be executed, right? This is statement 1 and this is statement 2. So in our output screen, yeah, it is mandatory to mark question sign. It is mandatory. So in our output screen, we will get x is greater. Okay. It will be printed that. Now, if I will change it, like if I will make it is x less than y, in this case, is this condition true or false? Is x, if x less than y, in this condition, is this condition true or false? So right now, this condition is false, right? X is not less than y. This condition is false. So this statement will be executed. On your output screen. You will see a message that says y is greater. Okay, so in this way, we can define conditions, and on the basis of that condition, any one of the statements can be executed. Okay, and the this conditional operator requires three things, and that are mandatory. It requires three things to complete the execution, to complete the entire operation. That is, first one is this condition, okay, with this question mark sign, then statement 1, and then statement 2. Okay, the question mark is to check if the condition is true or not. This is called colon. This is to separate statement 1 and statement 2, and this one is semicolon. Okay, this is called semicolon. Question mark, what this is? Question mark. Okay, but in programming language we also call it as ternary operator. Here you can say it question mark. Is this clear to all of you? Conditional operator is not the question mark sign only. This all together are the conditional operator. This all together. Okay, there is not like one single thing. You need to have three things to be a conditional operator. Okay, there are three things required. The first thing that is required is condition. Okay, and then you require statement 1, and then you require statement 3. When you have these three things only, then in that case, that is conditional operator. Okay, the after the condition, this question mark is symbolizing that it is like asking the question whether the condition is true or not. Okay, it is in that way. And can this be written as a statement? So if you are asking me that can it be written as the statement without question mark or colon or semicolon, then no. You can call it question mark. Okay, we will talk about that ternary later on. You just excuse it for now. Just use the question mark in order to pronounce it. What is the function of semicolon? So basically this semicolon is like the full stop. Okay, whenever we are writing a sentence in our copy or notebook, to symbolize that this sentence has ended over here, right? So here semicolon acts as the full stop to say that this one conditional operator has been ended over here. So it's like symbolizing, semicolon symbolizes that thing here. And not only here, whenever you will write the program or codes in future, you will use semicolons in order to symbolize the end of the statement. Any more queries? Yes, you can use any conditions as you want. John is older than Paul. If his age is greater than, then you can use it also. Okay. You want another example. So if I'm going to write the another example, so maybe there's a thing that you want to check. Okay. If you want me to write another example, then let's check if this number is odd or even. Odd or even. We know that this is even. Okay, but how are you going to explain this to your computer? How are you going to give instruction to the computer so that computer is going to perform the calculation in order to find out whether the given number is odd or even? Okay, so is there anyone who knows the logic behind to calculate the number, is like to find out whether the number is odd or even? Yeah, if x is less than y, then it will show y is greater. Yes. Is there anyone who knows the logic, like how to find out whether the number is odd or even? Mode by 2 0. Okay. So if you, no matter how larger the number is or how smaller the number is, if you divide any number by 2 and if you get remainder 0, then that number is going to be even. Okay, no matter how, if you divide 40 also you'll get 0. If you divide 60 by 2, you will get 0. Okay, it's not x divided by 2. Let me tell you one more time. We are going to check the remainder. Okay, we are supposed to check if we get the remainder 0, then that means we are going to get that number is what? That number is even. So here if I'm going to write the condition, so if I write the condition, if, okay, maybe there's given x is equal to 2. So if x, whatever the number is, if that number divided by 2 gives the remainder 0. Okay, while dividing, if that number gives the remainder 0, if this condition is over there, then we can have our first statement, that is, it is even. Okay, and if not, if that condition will be false, then we can print number is odd or it is odd. Okay, like this. So here in this case, right now the value of x is 2. So is this condition true or false right now? This condition is true, right? So we will get this output. That means here it will be printed it is even. Okay, because this condition is true. Now in the same way, if the value of x would be, now instead of 2, what if the value of x is 9? What if the value of x is 9? So will this condition be true or false? 9 divided by 2, will you get the remainder 0? 9 modulo 2, will you get the remainder 0? No. You'll get the condition false. So when it is false, this one will be executed. Okay. So you'll get the second statement, and what will be printed over here? It is odd. This clear to all of you now? Okay, so we are done with the operators. How we will write that formula? You will write the formula the same way I have written it on the board, that if x modulo 2 is equal to 0, okay, you will write it in that way. And later on, I will be writing algorithm and flowchart, and in that we'll be solving the questions also where we are supposed to find the order even. And that time also you will get to know how to write it. Okay. No, there won't be three statements because the answer can be either true or false. There won't be any third answer. Okay, for the condition, the answer is going to be either true or false. So when there is true, there is first statement. If false, then we have second statement. There won't be any third statement. What is else if? Else if is right now we are not talking about the else if. Okay, right now we are talking about the conditional operator. Else if is something that you will discuss in like later on in the classes. Okay, of course with else if we can have third statement, I know that. Okay, but right now we are talking about the conditional operator, and in conditional operator we have only two statements. Okay, here do you think if you put a condition you can have any other answer other than true or false if you have a condition over here right now? Yes, conditional operator is represented by if. It is. I use the modulo symbol, not the division number, because to find out whether the number is even or not, we are supposed to check the remainder. So that's why I use the modulo if the remainder is 0 or not. Okay, that's why I use the modulo. Division is going to check the quotient, and we don't have any concern with the quotient. We need to check the remainder. That's why I use the modulo symbol over there. Okay. You guys are mixing the else if thing and operators. Okay, you are mixing these things. Else if are conditional statements, okay, that we will discuss later on. Right now we are in operator part, so don't get confused. And people asking me, as I told you, the definition of operator is operators are symbols. Okay, operators are symbols. Here I have, when we write it in this way and when we use the symbols, then we have conditional operator. Okay, conditional operator and conditional statements are different. It is. If you want to use two or more condition, it's up to you, and yes, you can do that. Operators are symbols, and about conditional statement you will learn in upcoming classes. Okay, you need to have patience in order to understand the difference. We are just at the beginning of the classes right now, so you need to have patience. Okay, we will discuss about this in upcoming classes. Just remember that operators are symbols. Okay, shall we move ahead now then? Okay, now we are going to talk about control structures. Okay, here we are going to talk about control structures. So before that, let's break down these two words first. Okay, the first word is control and the second one is structures, right? So let's understand the second one first, then we'll understand the first one immediately. So the second one is the structure. Okay, so usually what happens is in any typical program looks something like this. Like there are lines of code. Okay, we write lines of code and have lines of codes over here. Maybe this is the first line of code. When the execution of the first line of code is done, we go to the second line of code. Okay, when the second line is executed, then we go to the third line of code. And in this way, if there are 10 lines of codes or 5 lines of codes, then they are executed one by one. Okay, so whichever the line of code is at first over here, that will be executed first, and we call it as the statement one. Okay, this should be the first line of code, and this is statement one. In the same way, this is statement two. Okay, this would be the statement two, and this would be the statement three. So first of all, if this is any structure of a program or any structure of a code that you have written, then statement one will be executed first. Once the execution is done, then we will go to the statement two. Then after that, statement three. And if there are not more line of codes, the program will stop over here. If I give you an example, so consider that we are trying to add two numbers. Okay, in the programming world, not in a normal a daily thing. Okay, if you are going to add two numbers by using any certain programming language, then we would need two variables. Okay, that means if there is x is equal to 10, then I have y is equal to 20. Then I will perform addition. Z is equal to x plus y. Then after that, we'll print the value or print the result that is stored in Z. So it will be Z. Okay, so this is our statement one. This is our statement two. This is our statement three. And this is our statement four. Okay, so in this way, what happens is this is x is equal to 10. So we all know what variable does, right? If I will write x is equal to 10, then this 10 will be stored somewhere in my memory. Execution is done. Now we'll go to the statement two. This 20 will also be stored somewhere in the memory. Then we'll go to the statement three. Here, what is happening? X plus y. So here in the back of the computer, 10 plus 20. Addition will happen. And what would be the result for this 30? 30 would be given to which? 30 would be given to the Z, right? And then the execution is done. We'll come to the statement 4. Print Z. So what is the value of Z? What is the value of Z, people, right now? The value of Z is 30. So at finally, you will get the 30 as the answer. So in this way, this is how a structure of any typical program looks like. Okay, just like I said, the program is going to first execute x is equal to 10, which means it is currently reading this statement or working on this statement. Okay, and once this statement is done executing, it will go to the next statement. Once this is done, then it will go to the third statement. And once the execution of third is done, it will go to the fourth statement. Okay, that means the program or the computer is actually reading when it is at the executing the statement one, then it is actually reading statement one, right? Now at this moment, so when the execution of this first statement is happening, then we say that we don't say the execution of first statement is happening. No, we say that control is right now at statement 1. Okay, and when the execution of the statement 1 is done, then control will go to the which statement? A control will go to the second statement. Okay, after that, when the statement or execution of the statement 2 is done, then control will go to which statement? Okay, now control will be at third statement. In the same way, control will be at the fourth statement. Okay, so the execution is happening. So control is the point where the execution is happening. Whenever any statement is being executed, the control is at that point only. Okay, so we can say that control, okay, control is where the current execution is happening. The current execution is happening. Okay, this would be the control. And let's say if the statement 1 is executing, if I'm saying statement 1 is executing, then where is the control right now, people? If I'm saying statement 1 is executing, then where is the control right now? If statement 1 is executing, then where is the control right now? The control is at statement 1, right? And if the statement 2 is executing, then where is the control? Control is at statement 2. If the statement 3 is executing, then the control is at statement 3, and so on, right? So now if we are supposed to define this control structure altogether, then we can say that control structure entirely means that control the way or how the control or how the flow of any program is going to flow, or how the control is going to go, right? Control structure entirely means the structure that defines how the control of any algorithm, okay, is going to flow, right? How the program will work. So the structure that defines, here I can write here, the structure that defines, okay, that defines the flow of control, the flow of control, or the structure that defines the flow of control in any program, okay, or algorithm, in any program or algorithm, then it is called what? And this is called control structures. Okay, so basically control structures tells us how program will work or how the statement will flow. Yeah, if the statement 2 is executing, then the control is on statement 2 only. Control is at one statement at one point of time. Okay. Now let's see, this is what control structure is, right? And there are 3 different types of control structure, and we will discuss it one by one. Okay, so we'll talk about the types of control structure. And the first type that I have is sequential. And this might be the example that I previously drew, okay? So sequential is like when the control is flowing in the same direction. That means it is going from statement 1, then statement 2, like this. It is at statement 1, then it is going to statement 2, then it is going to statement 3. Okay. So statement 1, then here is statement 2, then here is statement 3. So when the control or when the flow of the program is going in the linear direction, linear means straight sequence direction, then we call it as the sequential control structure. Okay, as you can see that control is going to go, the control will go first here in statement 1. Then it will go to the statement 2 in one single sequence, right? And after that, it will go to the statement 3. If there would have been statement 4, it would go in that direction only. Okay, so the control or the flow of control is in a one single sequence, okay, in a straight line. So in such a control structure, it's called sequential control structure. Is this clear to all of you? Like we can define this control structure as the flow of control. We can say that the flow of control is in sequence. Okay, then we call such control structures as sequential control structures. Is this clear to all of you? Now we'll talk about the second type of the control structure. Okay, we'll talk about the second type of the control structure, and the second type is the conditional control structure. And don't get confused with the operator. This we are talking about the structure of the program. Okay, so now this is conditional control structure. So we all know that if there is condition in any program, then we get answer either in true or false, right? Either in true or false. So what does the conditional structure looks like? Here I have statement 1. Okay, this is statement 1. Then it will flow to the next statement, that is statement 2. Okay, it will flow again to the next statement, and this is statement 3. Now consider that at statement 3 we have a condition, any applied condition, like to check if the number is odd or even, or maybe to check if the number is greater or not. Okay, there is any condition. Then now what will happen? On the basis of condition, the structure will flow in two different directions. Okay, because if this condition is true, then it will go to this direction. Okay, and here we will have any other statement. And if this condition is false, okay, if this condition is false, then it will go to the right direction. And here I will have further statements. Okay, and in this way we can have further statements as well, like this. So what is happening over here? Because of this condition over here, because of this condition here, the flow of the program is going in two different directions. Okay, so and we call it as branching. Yes, the condition is true. If the condition is true, the flow of the control will go into the left direction. If the condition is false, the control will go to the right direction. Okay, so what happened is that the program is going to branch, or the program is going to branch in two different direction or two different path. So such a control structure where there is branching, okay, where the branching is happening, we call it as a conditional control structure. Is this clear to all of you? Branching is only two. Structure means not calculation of any program, not execution. Structure means how would a program look like. It's like the skeleton, like body. Okay, it's like the skeleton. How would a program look like? How the execution will happen? Multiple branching is possible, yes. So for example, how multiple, here is one condition. Okay, now consider that here you have like here. Okay, there is one condition, and on the basis of that condition, branching happened. Now, if you had one more condition over here, if you had one more condition over here, now on this basis of condition also, the branching will happen. Okay, it will go in two different directions. And here you will have statement, and here also you will have statement. And branching can happen either in true or false only. Okay, so if you want more branching, here also branching can happen. So in this way, in a single program, then there can be multiple branching. Okay, so consider that here. Okay, if you recall the conditional operator that we read some minutes ago, consider that here is x is equal to 10, okay, and y is equal to 5. And here in condition, if I have written x is greater than y, is this condition true or false? So if this condition is true, we will write something here, print x is greater. If this condition is false, we will write something here, print y is greater. Okay, So on the basis of that condition, our program will flow in two different directions, and we call it as a branching. Is this clear to all of you now? And there can be only two branches, not more than that, because we know condition is going to give us either true or false, right? Whenever you apply condition, you are going to get the answer either true or false, not more than that. So there will be only two branches. How this condition can change later on if the condition is true? The thing is that these two are not the same condition. You cannot use the same condition again and again. Okay, this is a different condition. This is condition 1. Okay, and this is condition 2. These two are not same. You cannot have the same condition. Does maybe apply? I don't understand your question. What about multiple branching? So it is not multiple branching in a same program. One branching happened over here. This is one branching. Okay, again here second branching happened. This is second branching. So I think this is multiple branching. Okay, let's talk about our third control structure. Okay, it's our last control structure, last type, and this is called repetitive control structure. Okay, repetitive. Yes, here we are going to have the loop. So basically repetitive means to repeat a certain step or certain statement again and again. Okay, like for example, we have the statement 1. Okay, and we go to the statement 2 over here. Statement 2, and then here we have statement 3. Okay, here we have the statement 3, and now here we have statement 4. Now there's a condition or there's a program, and don't worry, we are going to solve questions related to each of these structures. Okay, there would be example, we will solve those exercises, and you will understand it how the same steps are repeating. Here we are just trying to understand the concept. Okay, so here was statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, and statement 4. And instead, from statement 3 to statement 4, instead of going to statement 4, what we are doing here is, here we are going back to statement 2. Okay, and we are going to repeat this again. That means from statement 4 we'll go back to statement 2, again to statement 3, then again to statement 4. Then maybe we are repeating it like 2 times, 4 times, 5 times. It would be depend on the condition that we give. Okay, it would depend on that particular condition. So if we are repeating certain steps again and again, then what is happening? Loop is happening. This is called loop. Okay, this is called loop. So in a control structure, when there is repetition of certain number of steps, okay, such control structure, it's called repetitive control structure. Okay, so what is forming over here? Loop is forming. Is this clear to all of you? And how this will happen? We will see the example also in upcoming classes, so don't worry about that. If you want me to explain again, so basically in sequential, what was happening? We're going to statement 1, statement 2, 3, 4, then stop, right? In branching, we will go in two different directions, but in repetitive, we can repeat the same task again and again. You can repeat the same step again and again. Okay, maybe the first step is like if I take the, like we eat, we wake up, right? Let me tell you, like we wake up in the morning, we eat something, we go to work, we sleep, right? These are the four statements. Consider that. But it's not stopping over here. This is repeated again the next day. We again wake up, we eat something, we go to work, we sleep. Again repeated. So when certain steps, certain tasks are being repeated again and again, then we call such program or such control structure as repetitive control structure. And loop, this loop means repetition. This clear to all of you? Okay, so since this is clear, we can stop that repetition on the basis of a condition. We will apply a condition, and once that condition will be false, we will stop that repetition. Okay, and we will see that how once we will start solving the questions, then you will see it how. Okay, so since here I want you people to prepare a proper note, okay, and revise everything. I want you people to prepare the note and revise everything. So here are some things that you are supposed to write in your note. This is your assignment for this coming week. Okay. This is your assignment for the coming week. So please note it down and you have to do it yourself. How will you do it? You will go through the recording session again, revise everything, read everything, and you will do it. Okay. So the first thing that you will do is that you will write about the programming languages. Collect information as much as you can. Okay, definition, types of programming languages, and then examples, and collect and just write it about it. Okay, prepare a note. The second thing that you will do is that you will write about data types. Okay, you will write about data types. The third thing that you will do is that you will write about operators. Okay, you will write about operators over here. And the fourth thing that you will do is that you will write about variables. So you need, for now, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, these things. Okay. And the fifth thing that you will do is that you will read about, have a very basic information about the read about branching and loops. Okay. So you will do this. You make a note, prepare it, make a very clean and neat note. This is for yourself. Okay. And write down the definitions, write down the points over your copies, go through the recording session. If you need any help, you can raise a ticket regarding the asked out section. Okay. Okay. No, you don't need to submit it. This is for your practice purpose only. Okay. You don't need to submit it. In upcoming classes, I will start a topic that is called algorithm. Okay. Please listen to me carefully. In upcoming classes, I will start algorithm. In that algorithm, I will solve bunch of questions, like there would be exercises. Okay, there would be exercises. We will solve questions over there, like we will draw flow chart, we will write pseudo codes and all. That time I will give you so many questions, and that questions you will solve, and that time you need to submit me those questions. Okay, for now what you need to do is that you need to revise everything. This is for you, so don't be lazy or anything. Okay, go through the recording session, write it over here, because once you know the meaning of all these things, then it would be very easy for you to write the algorithms, to understand the algorithms. Okay, so before we start this new topic, it would be so much better if you go through all of these things and implement it. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, great. Where can I submit work for you in the future? Then when I will give you the assignment, okay, next thing, then I will show you the portal. Your LMS, okay, I will show you, and I will show you the process of submitting the assignment as well. So for this week, you don't need to submit it. For this week, practice and prepare the note, read everything, okay? And from next week, we'll start algorithms, we'll start solving exercises. And that time I'll give you some questions also that you will practice and that you will submit. And I will show you the process, how can you submit it to me as well. Okay, if you have any query, any doubt, you can ask me, people. I'm not going to start any new topic because it doesn't make sense to start a new topic, because I won't be able to cover all of the things about it. Okay, this week will we get assignment. So here it is, this is your assignment. Okay, this is your assignment and you are supposed to write about these things in your note copy. Can all course even be complete earlier for all lessons and modules? Yes, it will be completed very much in time. Okay, we have programming foundation will be completed in next week. Okay, this week we had 2 classes. Next week programming foundation will be completed. Then after that you will have a sequel that will be completed in 3 weeks maybe. Okay, okay, thank you so much, people. Thank you so much for joining the class. If you want to leave, yes, you can leave. You can leave the class, but please make sure that you revise everything. Okay, please make sure to do that. Yes, there is class for next week. There would be class for programming foundation next week as well. Is there any festival next week? I really don't know. Okay, see you next week, everyone. See you next weekend. Okay. Have a great day till then, people. Keep practicing, okay? Okay, good night, people. Good night. Thank you so much for joining the session. I'll see you next weekend. Till then, have a great day. Okay, and make sure to join the session on time next weekend as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. And those people who are asking me, can we leave? Yes, you can leave the class. Okay. The courses will be completed in very much time. Okay. It will be completed in time. Okay. Have a great night. Thank you to you too. It's Makar Sankranti on 14 Jan. Okay. You too. Have a great day ahead. My name is Aisha. There will be classes in festival. I am sure there would be classes in festivals also. Good night. Okay, thank you so much for joining the class, people. I'll see you next week. And till then, have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Good night.